Hello, critters. So you finished The Legend of Vox Machina and you're craving more, right? You think, I know, I'll go watch the original campaign.
Excellent idea. Until you hit play on episode 1 and two things smack you in the face. The questionable sound quality and the 3 to 4 hour runtime. Yikes.
Don't worry, we've got you. We're diving into the chaos so you don't have to. We'll sacrifice our ears and our evenings to bring you the recaps, highlights, and all of the behind-the-scene magic you crave.
Welcome to Vox Rewatch.
Because the past deserves a second look.
With better audio. We're just a bunch of longtime friends and proud critters who love the chaos, the characters, and the wild ride of storytelling. Join us as we dive back into it all with lots of laughs, way too many theories, and probably some tears too.
I'm Doug.
I'm Connie.
And I'm Eric. This podcast is part of Tabletop Tether, our nerdy little home for TTRPG content, deep dives, and unapologetic fan joy. Just so we're clear, Vox Rewatch is an unofficial fan podcast and isn't affiliated with or endorsed by Critical Role in any way.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we are diving into Critical Role Campaign 1, Episode 6. So, where are we at? Vox Machina is still deep underground beneath Craghammer. They were sent down by Arcanist Allura Vysoren to find Lady Kima of Vord, the missing Paladin. She disappeared on a vision quest, chasing rumors of some ancient evil festering below the city. So things have gotten wild. The party's tangled with intellect devours, survived a not-so-graceful crash from the magic carpet, and even teamed up with Clarota, an exiled mind flayer who's got his own vendetta against his own people. Not the most trustworthy companion, but we're in desperate times, right? So, episode 6 kicks off as the group licks their wounds from fighting a nasty black ooze. We trek through some magma-lined tunnels, and they set their sights on the Duergar fortress Emberhold. Their mission? Sneak inside, uncover what's going on, and hopefully find Lady Kima before it's too late. Inside the fortress, it's part dungeon crawl, part heist. The group leans on stealth, lock-picking, and some very creative improvisation to slip through the guarded halls and hidden passageways. But it's not long before things start to feel darker. They pass crimson-stained spires, grisly torture tools, and even victims turned to stone. Clear sign that basilisks are prowling somewhere nearby. And, well, stealth only works for so long. Eventually, someone slips up, Pike, and suddenly it's full-blown chaos. Duergar warriors swarm in, dice rolls go sideways, and the fights are brutal and messy, complete with wild magic surges, exploding crossbows, and some unlucky misses. Grog, Keyleth, and the twins tear into the enemies with their usual flair, while Percy's guns and Scanlan's spells light up the fortress halls. It's not just nonstop combat, though. We also get some really wonderful character moments sprinkled in, like Pike, who's back with the party struggling between her devotion to Sarenrae and the bloodier methods she finds herself drawn to in the underground. And, of course, there's always the underlying tension of Clarota. The party needs him, but he's still a mind flayer, and how long can that trust really last? But finally, the big moment. Vox Machina finds Lady Kima. She's beaten, shackled, but absolutely unbroken. The fiery paladin spirit still burning inside of her. With Lady Kima freed, the party knows the fight ahead won't be any easier, but at least they've got an ally back at their side. So yeah, episode 6, Breaching the Emberhold, has it all. Infiltration, close calls, brutal combat, and plenty of dice-fueled drama. Let's discuss.
First off, new intro, first intro of the show, other than the artwork and stuff that they had at the beginning. So
I know!
Cool.
I was so excited. We don't have the whole crawl that if you just, like, you can listen to it if you want, but I just go and click fast forward. And I had my finger, like, primed, ready to go, and then I was like, ah! And it's the song that we all know Critical Role for at this point. Yes. It was fun and exciting seeing their first take on their intro and just seeing, like, how much they've grown.
Yeah.
And they were so excited. And they had their iconic shirts too, the Keyleth and Percy and Vex and Mercer, and that
was the first hey guys, if you're interested. Yeah. And then it was like sold out immediately.
Yeah, they're like, you can't even be interested because they're not
Yeah, not available.
I really did want one of those shirts.
That was a cool shirt.
I really did.
I've had Amanda make me some of the like the OG just symbol. Like I just want a plain Critical Role symbol shirt from them, and they just don't sell plain ones anymore. So
No, they don't.
whatever.
I have some of the older stuff. I've got a couple of like truly like great pieces. Like I have the shirt from Dalen's Closet, which we'll see eventually.
Very cool.
Yeah. And a couple of other little things. But to be someone that has one of the original shirts.
Right.
Well, to be one of the first like drawing winners too. Getting the package and the signed picture and that whole
PHB
thing. Like that would have been
and
amazing.
And it was just to celebrate like 2,000 subs. And then if they got to like 2,100 subs, then it would be another person in the drawing. And it's just like, oh, wow.
They mentioned some of the goals in some of the episodes, and I'm like, that's funny. Like, that's you think that's a lot, and you're amazed by this, but you wait.
Just you wait. Just you wait. Oh, that's right. You haven't seen Hamilton. Duh. We're just gonna start with disappointment. It's fine. It's fine. So let's get into the actual episode. With all of them basically trying to get their way right after this encounter with the ooze. I love how Scanlan comes in and Sam is like, yeah, guys, I was totally here. I was just very drunk. I know what happened. And then like they would recap and like tell who's the guys, I know I was there.
Yep.
Totally not there.
One of the things though, I thought that she recapped and he was actually there for that episode. So
it was just so funny how Sam handles. I was totally there the whole time, guys. I was 100% there, just working through it. But it was nice to have the full table the entire time and actually seeing like what everybody is capable of, like seeing the twins go off, you know, because they did that a lot this episode of like the two of them scouting together and seeing that. And I'll touch on something you said when we get to another part a little bit later on, Doug, but you had said something last time we talked that was like bing, went off in my head for later on. But they're going through. And is it immediately that like they get through the halls, like they've done their bit of healing, they take their short rest and they sort of panic because Matt tells them it's been only 3 hours, you can't take another long rest.
Yeah. Yep.
They get to like the big lake, right? And finally, isn't that when they finally find like the magma falls that they've been looking for? Well, but I think they get a couple things before that, right? Like nearly hitting the Duragar party, right?
Well, so they ended up down in lower tunnels. And Sam was immediately like asking all the questions, and that's when they're like, well, Sam's back, because he was like doing just making sure he knew what was happening. And Laura, I think it was, we went to that place where you told us not to go in the first place. Yeah, that's where we ended up. And he's like, yeah, how was that for you? It's like, I told you not to go down there, but that was the place where they needed to get to continue to go down.
Yes.
To get to Emberhold. So it was necessary, but they could have done it a lot sooner if they would have known. But then they would have had a whole army behind them and a whole army in front of them. So
yeah.
And it was right after this that they found what was maybe a basilisk. We haven't confirmed it's a basilisk. I think everybody was just assuming it was a basilisk.
In the water?
Well, no. When remember the Duragar party, when they went past, they overheard them talking about these creatures getting out and how they didn't feel safe working with Kavarn.
Yeah,
and the twins scouted out later, and then they found like the statues and like the bloody obelisks and just like the carnage.
There was
I don't think
torn
that
limbs
was.
and chewed
Yeah,
bodies.
I think that the basilisks and the torn limbs were two separate things. So I think the
Really?
basilisk.
They are two
Why
different
do
things.
Why did it,
Yeah.
like, see, my brain smushed them together as they
So-
found these and then those, and so therefore
Yeah.
they were the same.
It won't be in the next couple episodes, but Ashley had the visions of the Goblinoid camp, and then the war camp, and then the obsidian
Stronghold?
fortress
Yeah.
with all the lava, and then there's a area with glass and bone, and
Yeah.
and then the fungal forest with the palace or the temple. So like she's already laid that stuff out multiple times previous. They don't meet that thing, whatever it is, until they get past the fortress. So
Yeah.
My brain, for whatever reason, was like, yeah, this happened together.
yeah.
I mean,
even
real close.
They did happen real close together, though, right? That they found those, and then like shortly thereafter. So maybe that's why.
Yeah,
I connected them.
Yeah, I think they mentioned that they thought it was one of the Stitch monsters. That
right.
Yes.
Well, because the Durgar were talking about one of Kavarn's pets going crazy. Yeah. How can we trust any of them not to?
Yeah, to do the same thing to us and tear us asunder, and it was brutal.
Yeah.
Stuff everywhere. Yep.
Though I love that he's talking about this brutality, and you see little Ashley Johnson on the side, like trying to contain herself, like, "Oh, that's so cool!" And we're starting to see what you talked about last episode of like Ashley's really like having to rein it in with what she wants to do because she's just like Grog. Come on, let's go! And I do love when Vax came back with the arm, and just Grog goes, "Oh, thanks for the hand."
Yeah. That was a good joke. Don't penalize me.
Yeah. I'm surprised Clarota didn't mind slap him for it.
Yeah.
But he did.
Like Liam.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a moment where Ashley makes a choice. Here in this episode, we'll talk about details.
Yes.
But yeah, and it's not even that major of a thing. It was Matt reminded her.
Yep.
In a subtle way this time. Not later, but this time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's something that Sarah and Ray is known for. So I don't think that would be something you'd be able to manage. And luckily she didn't roll well, so she didn't get rewarded for that. But yeah, it was an interesting. But yeah, we'll get to that.
So we get to the point where we find the magma, like we find some magma, the magma falls, and we've got these people on patrol, right? And this again is where you're talking about how Sam plans things out perfectly. And he's just like, I'm going to take Pike with me. We're going to go. And I'm like, what? He's like, I got this. We're going to go. Let's going to go. And he's asking, what about radius? How, like he's asking Matt all of these questions, planning it down exactly how far apart are they? How are they this? How are they that? And then he dimension doors up there. He's like, I'm exactly between them, so that way I can thunder wave them and push them off. Like, and meanwhile, the rest of the party was like, I guess we'll wait down here.
And it's the bridge, the gap between how Sam plays and how Ashley plays, because he's like, what are you going to do when we get up there if I can't knock these two down? She's like, I'll just wing it. We'll figure it out.
Yep.
And she had no idea what she didn't even know what she was going to do. But Sam had like 5 steps ahead. He knew what was going to happen. And then it worked. But yeah.
Except for the sound aspect. He didn't quite think all of that through. But
yeah. But Percy has a gun. So I think ultimately his was probably less noisy than Percy's attacks were. So and it didn't say anything about sound. I think
it didn't say anything about sound.
He did misunderstand. Thunderous force and thunderous sound are two different things.
Yeah, but
I'll back him on that.
The thing that did make the sound was the source of Keyless shame.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Best quote of the episode. I'm sorry. This is the meanest thing I've ever done. No, it's not.
You killed a child once.
She's like, oh, you had to bring that up?
And then the whole party lost it.
Uh-huh.
I was waiting for the chat. The chat then proceeded to lose it too. Oh man. And her being like, I push it down. And then Matt's describing this, and it's like, it's not really working. And she has to push it down.
Yeah.
And I love Grog being like, I didn't know you were an artist.
Yeah. He absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
But it was so funny watching all of the stages of grief that Marisha went through doing this. Like, she's acting it out. Her hands are out. And you just see like she's committed to it. And she's doing it. And she's hating every moment. And you can see the anger, the acceptance, the denial, every phase on her face. And it was just, it was so good.
Yeah. What's great though is that's not even the only dark thing she did this episode.
I
know.
Right.
Nixie and the dwarf later.
Yeah.
And at that point, she's just like, "I am what I am. It's okay."
Yeah.
All right. New goal unlocked. Make Connie spit during an episode.
Spit takes. Got it. That was close. That was really close.
I think some of the Keyleth moments remind me of our game, Eric. You were DMing, and our friend that cast what was the bugs? We were in a prison. Insect form, right. So we were in a prison
or something, yeah.
And we were fighting the enemy, and there were these prisoners in there, and because insect swarm goes around walls, it killed at least one of the prisoners. And it was just like, oh well. There's that moment of wait, what?
Yeah, she's like, whoops. And I'm like, we need to talk about your alignment.
And halt. And halt.
Yeah.
No.
I was an assassin rogue. I knew what my job was. I didn't think her job was going to be killing innocent bystanders.
Yeah.
That was fun though.
Yeah.
I did have a moment like that at the beginning of our campaign. We opened up with this. Nobody knew who anybody's characters were. And I played this rogue. And it was this person that they were a full-grown halfling, but the way our DM described them, they looked like they were a child. And I was up on this cliff, and I jumped down because I was running out of actions or things that I could do, and I landed on this person's back and pushed them into the mud, and then just repeatedly stomped their head into the mud. I'm like, stop casting spells! And they were like, is Damon okay? Does Damon have a thing against children? And I was like, and he kind of was like, I'm sorry, I was in a fugue state. It happened. And it still gets brought up. Months later of Damon, just please don't curb stomp me into the mud. Oh, but yeah, those screams did alert the peoples, and all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we end up with 2 more Duragar up on the roof, pointing crossbows. Percy shoots one, so there's the sound again, alerting the presence.
And it was bad news too, right? It was the big one.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, was it bad news?
Oh yeah.
I thought it was. It was bad news.
Yeah, he had to reload.
Yeah.
And then everyone after that. Once I think they killed that one, and the other one was still up there, and nobody could roll anything. It was one after another after another.
Garbage.
And Ashley finally was like, I'm going to make a spiritual weapon, and it's going to be a poisonous lasso.
Yeah.
The lariat of truth, somebody said. And she failed the attack. And that's when Matt was like, yeah, Samurai is not really into the poison or venom or whatever. She's like, I was just joking. I was in the moment, and she was. But that's what she does. She loves that moment, but she doesn't always put herself back into character before she acts on that moment. So
yeah, I think as the campaign goes on, she gets better with that.
Yes.
With like, she still has her moments of unbridled rage. I think,
of course.
I truly think that Pike is a character that just fell into being with Saren Ray and could have found any other god or goddess. It was just Saren Ray found her first and was like, you know what? Yeah. You need some extra guidance, Pike. Let's keep you this way. Because you could easily have gone down with Ball or Merkel or Jurgle or Leviatar. You know, them that not so nicey ones.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see. She's going to have some character growth here in the coming episodes. So, all dealing with this. So, and then, I mean, the rest of the campaign, she's out most of it. So, we don't get to see a whole heck of a lot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But, yeah.
Oh, Ashley Johnson. We still love you.
She's great.
I think, wasn't she recording, like, doing, like, the mocap and all the stuff for The Last of Us during this?
Well,
most of it was Blind Spot.
Oh, it's Blind. That's it. Blind Spot. Okay.
Yeah.
Because she was doing big girl acting stuff with her face out.
You have no idea how excited I was when I first started watching Critical Role and saw that she was the waitress from the Avengers movie. I'm like, what? That's amazing. I had no idea. And then I find out everybody else has been doing like Marvel voices, like Travis is Thor, and when asked one time who would win in a fight, Hulk or Thor, he's like, I'm contractually obligated to say Thor, but it would be Hulk. Because he's Thor, and I did the IMDb thing, and he's done a lot of Thor. A lot of Thor.
I didn't realize. I thought he started with the Avengers video game, but it's been a while. So
he was back in the Funimation days. Like Laura Bailey was the one that got him into Funimation and doing Dragon Ball Z. And like one of his first bigger gigs was Roy Mustang. Oh, I love Roy so much.
He was also a in the movie Second Lions.
Yes, he was.
He got his ass handed to him by the old guy. The old guy. At least one of the old guys. Not Michael Caine. Robert Duvall.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I love when I'm watching a movie now that I've seen before and had no idea who these people were. Yeah. And I'll see somebody and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Cillian Murphy, or that's Travis Willingham, or you see these bigger actors that were in that first movie, maybe first movie, and it's like, oh my gosh, they've grown up so much. They're so young.
We're so proud of you.
My moments are when the kids are watching anime or cartoons or whatever, and I stop and I'm like, that's Liam O'Brien. And then I'm like, what show were you watching? They tell me, I'm like, Googling it. I'm like, yep, 100%.
Yep.
Oh, for me, that was Matthew Mercer. I didn't realize playing my Resident Evil 4 days. And I'm like, that's Leon! Leon, my boy! That game got me through a rough summer. I was laid up. I couldn't walk, no nothing, couldn't drive my car. All I had was my GameCube and a dream. So we're fighting all of these Durgars and things. And what is it? Keyleth is the one that kind of opens up the magma a little bit, right? For them to get
She did the wall of stone. Jetting out from the wall, and then that gave them the ability to kind of go in and pick the lock, and then
I love that they sent Tiberius in first to look at it, because like you'd think like someone with magic. I thought they were going to ask him to cast knock. I honestly thought that's what they were going for, like cast knock, the door's locked, and open it. And then he's like, it's just a door with no handles, guys. I don't know what to do here.
Yeah.
Well, that whole scene ticked me off though, because Tiberius was reading the entire time, like literally reading the player's handbook, and made it abundantly clear that he was not going to be paying attention. And then when Liam was talking to, I think, Laura about something. He's like, Vex, pay attention. I'm like, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
asked them, what did you say? He's like, oh no, never mind. You don't care anyway, or something like that. And it was like, come on.
Yeah, I think this is the first time that we've seen really like the not as pleasant side of him at the table, the saltier side. I mean, we're 6 episodes in. I feel like maybe he's just getting more comfortable.
Borderline disrespectful.
But I thought, other than that, the dynamic between the entire group was really good. Like, he had some
good.
And like, he was joking around and made some good, later on when they're inside the keep, he has his famous line, "I encourage violence."
Yes.
So, and the whole party went after that when he couldn't. Yeah. That was the best thing that ended up giving Grog his inspiration. I encourage violence. Mm-hmm. I encourage violence. What he did it, Laura Bailey did it, Ashley Johnson said it, and then it was Grog's turn. Or no. He said it. Ashley Johnson said it. Laura Bailey said it.
Smacked Grog on the ass and said, "Go get him."
Yeah,
that's what she did. Yeah.
Oh man. So we get the door opened eventually. But at what cost? Because people are getting fired upon at this point, and I think we take some hits from people, or at least people are fired on. I know Percy and Vax. Yeah, because Percy's up there, like, trying to give cover, I guess, while they're getting the door open. People are getting in, going back and forth. It was a lot. And they get in.
I think they took out everybody that they needed to take out before they went in the door, but they had to get that last guy, and that was the one that just kept taking forever because the rolls were so bad.
I mean, it was Geek and Sundry, so Will Wheaton was probably somewhere in the building, and his
there is an
might have been wafting. Oh, I remember.
Yeah, and Laura was like, Will Wheaton gave me this die, and it was like, well, there you go.
That's why.
Yeah, I can't wait for his episode, because I need to pay attention again to how horribly he rolled, because it's not it is a curse. There's no other way. No one could possibly roll that bad.
I had to have watched every episode of Tabletop with him, and it was so consistent. There were moments. There was always, but it was the opposite of, like, where you or I would be like, oh, nat 20 or nat 1 every random, but it was the exact opposite, where suddenly it would be like this amazing roll out of the blue. And it wasn't even like it was always those moments the clutch moment. It was just, okay, my perception, I see this thing. Great.
Yeah.
And he wasn't excited because it wasn't something that mattered that much. It wasn't always a good timing to have a great roll. Every other roll was just bad.
My best friend, Catherine, suffers from a Will Wheaton level curse of pathetic dice rolling. It's so bad. And we think it's because she had one set of dice and she did well. And I was like, oh, I love you. You're my best friend. Let me get you a second set of dice so that you can roll advantage and disadvantage. And from that point on, we think her original dice got mad and cursed the rest of the dice in her bag that ever touched them. Because from that point on, and I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons with Kat for like 8 years, and she consistently rolls like dog shit every time. And then we'll always get the nat 20 at like the moment it's not needed, whenever it's ridiculous. And I just, I feel for her. So every once in a while when I roll bad, I was like, Kat, I'm taking it for you, girl. Yeah. I'm taking it. Come on. Do you guys have someone at your table? So Doug, Eric, who at your table is the one that has the bad rolls?
I don't think we have someone that has bad rolls. I, as a DM, will consistently roll criticals against one player every time I attack him. And he gets so mad at me. Like, he realizes it's because we play on Roll20, so it's all digital.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he knows it's completely out of my hands, but it is all the time.
I think when we played the Curse of Strahd with you, Connie.
Yeah.
My wizard couldn't shoot a fireball to save her life.
Oh my god,
I was
you're right.
always rolling. I could never attack. I'm like, well, I'll just do field effect type things because at least then I can kind of affect other people. But my attack spells,
never. I remember that.
Never. I don't think I hit anyone with an attack spell.
No, you didn't.
Firebolt, ice knife. It didn't matter. It was always a fail.
It's okay. It's
okay. I could create some fog and change the field conditions in ways, but I couldn't do anything else.
In my weekly table on Mondays, unfortunately, Matthew, if you're watching this, you already know, Matt, your rolls suck. And so whenever Matt has to miss a game, we just wonder who is going to be the person that has to assume the role of having the bad rolls, and it tends to work its way around the rest of our party. But yeah, Matt, it's bad. We joke sometimes that they were like, Matt, just refresh Roll20, just refresh the browser. You need new dice. Try something else. He is now resorted to getting Go dice. Have you ever heard of those? Where they are physical dice that connect via Bluetooth to your computer, and you can roll the dice, and then the rolls show up on your VTT.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. And he still rolls like shit with those.
I was gonna say, like, yeah.
The only thing is when he does that, he has to like add the modifiers. So anyway.
Yeah.
I think my wizard, my Twirl wizard, doesn't roll badly unless I cast Fireball, and then it is the lowest damage Fireball.
Almost did it, Eric. You almost did it.
I was going to go for like the whole podcast, but if I can get this in this episode, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is like I cast like, I don't know, Fire Match or something like that. It's
Fire Match. It's not Fireball, guys. I cast Fire ? Ball?
Yeah.
Fireball? Oh, I love that. So they get inside.
Yes.
Well, before they get inside, I just realized we didn't talk about. So, speaking of horrible rolls, Ashley always has to roll at disadvantage for stealth.
Oh.
And so anytime she's rolling, she's never rolling well. Scanlan, though, volunteers to jump into the fray when it comes to like going with, I'll come with. And and he rolls, he's like, oh, I'm not stealthy, oh no. And he rolls really bad, and then it's like, Matt made it seem like he was singing or humming the tune that he had just sang previously, and so it's like, oh, it's a force of habit. But it's an amazing, like, he leans into that a little bit, knowing he's not stealthy unless he's invisible, and even then, the rolls aren't always the best, but he has advantage at least. But yeah, I don't want to overlook Scanlan's ability to volunteer for almost anything, even when he knows he's going to be bad at it.
Yeah. He wants to enjoy the game.
Yes, he does.
Wants to play the game and wants to enjoy it and experience it. He doesn't care that if he does badly.
Like, I think we have to remember, this is Sam's first game ever. Right. Like, this table was his first time ever playing. So when you say, like, it makes so much sense. He wants to experience the game. He wants to see the highs and the lows. And he seems like a player that will take risks because that's where the fun happens. And that's where you get the, oh yeah, I didn't even think about the fact that I'm singing a tune. Oh, I was playing my accordion the whole time. Yeah. And meanwhile, we have that in conjunction with the bloody spire, seeing all the body parts everywhere. And it ended up being like the perfect bit of a levity that was needed for that scene. Yeah. You know, which perfect. Thank you for bringing that up, Doug, because it was so good.
And I think that's the other part about Ashley too, is she after the bad roll, she was going to kiss him.
She was
to distract him, so he wouldn't go. She rolled poorly on her perception check, so she didn't actually see him singing until he was already gone, so it didn't work. But then the explanation afterward, he was like, Pike, I have this weird feeling that you wanted to make out with me, and she's like, well, you just weren't paying attention, and maybe if you were, what would she say? Something about sometimes
if you stick around,
if you stick around and see what happens.
Yeah. Which turned into a whole, but it was like this. I think Liam called it the adorable diss, the most adorable diss in history, because it was like that little jab, like, "Hey, I know you want me, but."
Can I also just throw it out here that I appreciate the way that Sam and Ashley approach the one-sided romance of Scanlan.
Yeah.
Of how that could easily feel very icky if someone's constantly pursuing you and she's like, I'm not into this. But she will lean into certain moments, and Sam, being a respectable player, like, he knows when to stop. Sometimes he teeters very close on the edge.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate how they show how to role play something like that, where they're both in on it, which is the biggest point. They need both be in on it. But the banter and the way that they go back and forth with that, I just appreciate that as a DM, watching players being like, I'm interested in you. I'm not, but let's go with it, because they're stuck together.
Yeah. I've only ever in a game pursued someone who is my wife, so I don't have the experience of having to have that conversation. Or
I have my buddy Hunter. They are my roleplay buddy. It's a little bit of an awkward conversation to have. Be like, my character kind of has a crush on you. How do you feel about that? We good? But it was pretty fun when our characters did kiss. It got put in the announcements tab of our Discord server, and everyone was like, "It's about goddamn time." It was great. So, awesome. Romance, love it. You should try it in your games with consent.
She was a gnome.
Yeah.
But she was super awkward and oblivious. Yeah. We talked about it out of game, and she was, whatever, everything was fine. But like, I didn't know. It was always one of those things. Like, I don't know how to approach this because I know how she's gonna play this, and so I'd say something, and it would just be like, whoosh, her character just didn't understand. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do.
Can I just? We were a halfling and a gnome too.
Nice.
That's amazing.
I was the halfling.
I was the halfling. Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes, that is great.
It went right over their head. Oh no.
I need to send you the song that my bard wrote for Doug's romance.
Yeah.
There's an outtake song from Frozen 2 called My Home.
Yes.
And I rewrote the lyrics and changed it to My Gnome. And that was my gift on the final game.
Oh.
Well, and so the final game was, do you guys want to continue into the next stage, or and she was thinking about not playing the next game, and we weren't sure what we were doing yet, and so depending on what she had done would have depended on what Pim would have done. I was going to stay in the area and not go, and I would have rolled a new character for the new campaign, or to continue into that campaign, the next stage, if she wasn't going to be involved. And I would just made it like I was, looking after her, protecting her initially, and then, role play it out if Eric had the time to do that at some later date. But that was the plan.
Yep.
If she would have even had me, I don't know.
I don't know. I still love.
We'll never know.
After that song, she better have.
I know, right? It was touching.
So, anyway,
back to
the inside.
Back to the inside.
I love so throughout all of this, they were commenting because Laura Bailey kept going, "We're in the Underdark. It's my favorite terrain," and she gets to roll with advantage on like everything. And they get to the map that Matt Mercer puts down, and Sam Riegel goes, "Oh, it's brown and purple construction paper. My favorite terrain."
Yep.
And I love seeing the maps like this. These quickly, hastily drawn maps. I used to use index cards so I could move them around with a little bit more freedom for a while. But I do love seeing them come, back where they were before it was all Dwarven Forge, and them exploring the Emberhold. Like, they made it in.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
really tight closet
mm-hmm.
where Grog decided to let one rip. As he does.
I was gonna say, yeah, as he does.
As he
and
does.
then and then go ahead.
I was to say I love that it very quickly went from action scene to Metal Gear Solid. Like it went from guns blazing to okay, we're stealthing now, and we need to get through here.
And I love how they were like, well, we're still going to explore the different rooms. And instead of stealthing together and looking at each room, people just start peeling off. Because, well, it's not that we're bored, but... Right. And they start going off in the different places. And, of course, Laura Bailey, again, loot that body. She and Vax get in and just... you nearly get discovered. Taking out I think it was Mordorgar.
Yeah. And that was the door where Lady Kima was or no, there were a bunch of dwarves in the cells.
In the cells.
Where Minxie and Taliesin and everybody hid in the cells, closed the doors. They tried to heal the dwarves that were taken. And then Minxie.
Keyleth, in her Minxie form, talks about taking the body of one of the dwarves and hiding under the corpse. And they're like, ooh, that's metal. Little do we know what foreshadowing is going to happen from this. Because, they get discovered, right? Like, they can't really hide for too long. And I did love that Matt, as they're starting to go, really made them have to work their way through of talking about a crowded space. The space is small, and having a large party, it's going to be hard to maneuver towards things. And well, I got to talk about the first thing that you brought up, Minxie. Doug, would you like to say what the rest of Keyleth's shame was this episode?
Well, I'm trying to remember exactly how it played out. I know she was hiding under a dead dwarf.
Yeah.
Thought she was, at least. I don't remember how it ended up. She
wanted to grab one and throw it at someone.
That's right. That's right. And then it was then that Matt said that this one, you noticed it moved a little bit.
It's like, I was looking for a dead one.
Yeah, she thought he was dead. It wasn't.
It goes, it is now.
It is now.
And then her reaction was, oh, good. And then goes ahead and goes anywhere. It's like, she's just embracing at this point. It's
yes. Yeah, that was good.
And I felt like that encounter so much. And nothing happened with that because everybody was so crowded and pushed together in there to work their way through to actually get to do. And that's where we have the I encourage violence.
Yes, because everyone was trying to they attempted to get through the door. They picked the lock. The guy came out and then he slammed the door shut. I think he did hit Vax.
Yes.
I think he used uncanny dodge and took less damage, but the axe came out. He locked the door behind him. Percy shot the door handle completely out. And nobody could get through. And then finally, when Tiberius went up and realized he couldn't see the guy from the door, that's when he said, "I encourage violence," and then Grog just blew through it. And
yeah, as Matt said, an excellent use of your action.
yes, yeah,
And Travis Willingham does what Travis Willingblam does.
yes.
Goes in and clears it out. But
And
then
of course, it was a torture room, so all the implements of torture.
Yeah.
And Grog was in a candy store.
Oh my God, was Grog
putting him on that hook was awesome.
You can. This is how you can tell. This is how you can tell that they voiced video games, like fighting video games, because of the way that he described the horror games of like getting the hook in the mouth, pulling it open, getting the jaw off. Like, it's not that you can't imagine that playing video games, and probably some anime, but I know I probably wouldn't have thought of that on my own if I hadn't consumed that type of media or put into that to be like, ooh, yeah, this would be really cool and gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was visceral. And again, Ashley Johnson in the background cheering this on.
Yep.
But shortly after they find Lady Kima.
Yay, Lady Kima's amazing. I love her.
I forgot how much I loved her until I heard her voice, and it was like coming home. And feeling that like familiar voice. It's not that the rest of the cast isn't, but when you hear such an iconic voice from, the next one's going to be when we get Allura Vysurin. Like when we hear her voice, I think that'll be another one for me. That's just like, it's so good. It's just
Gilmore.
Yeah.
We haven't had Gilmore yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, oh, Gilmore, Sean. We all love Sean. But it made me so happy to see her. And I love how they were all like, it's her, right? And they were all doing horrible insight checks to actually figure out if it was Lady Kima. And Matt was basically like, she basically matches the description of what you're looking for. And was like, why are you so suspicious?
It's a halfling in a Durgar camp. Like, come on.
To which Grog is smitten immediately.
So smitten. Well, I think Grog was won over when she got put down and was like, can I borrow your weapon to Pike?
Right.
Yeah.
And I obliterated.
Yeah. Absolutely
destroyed. The one that he had just hung up on the wall. Mm-hmm. She destroyed him. And then he says, do you want to touch my axe?
And it worked out well that they had scavenged that armor off of the Durgar a couple episodes ago, because they were able to give her some armor, to give her some clothes and get her together. But I love that Ashley Johnson was so hesitant to give up her weapon. What do you mean? I got a Morning Star, but why do you need my mace? Why my mace?
She's like, do you trust me? I don't know.
Yeah.
Speaking of trust, as they're like walking up the hallway, and then we get the grand emergence of the character everybody forgot the fuck about, Clarota.
Yeah.
And Lady Kima is not having it.
Not even a little bit.
Not a little bit. And we got to see, like, I feel like for most of this, Clarota has just been willing to go along with the party because it suited his interests. And this is the first time you see like that self-absorbed me with like the mind flayer mentality that hadn't really come about of the like, you're either with us or against us. And like, it felt like for a while that they were going to have to choose like who they wanted to go with.
I thought they did well, like, doing the diplomacy from, between the two, and like Liam stepping forward and like, get your shit together. Like,
yeah. And then Sam Scanlan's like, this is a threat. You're either with us or you're against us.
Yes.
And I thought for sure they were going to throw down. I thought it was going to come to that.
And I
but
love
then they voted at the end,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and seeing Taliesin was the only one that I heard that had only one of them was expecting me to be a liar. And I think because he had pledged loyalty to Clarota or allied themselves and made this plan with him, Kima was expecting him to break that word. Just because he was evil. You know, they all know he's powerful, they all know he's dangerous, but to put someone in a position to break their word, it's hard to just take that lightly. And I think that was a pretty potent statement from Taliesin at that point.
And I love the fact that, you know, it's not often that people let in like what their roles and their modifiers are for things, but I love that Sam's like, I rolled a 3, but that's not a problem because I have a plus 13, so it's a 16.
Yep.
Bards.
Yeah.
I love bards so much.
I would do bard character brewing.
Some of us do. Some of us not so much. Just
I
kidding.
love my little glamour bard. She's the best. So good. So
Eric played a bard.
I'm not surprised
sure
at
everybody
all.
loved him.
Oh, except for except
Himself?
for you.
No,
Everyone
himself
loved Cal.
maybe. What's that?
Everyone loved Cal.
Yeah, that's how that went.
Cal is amazing, and the
like
best.
I said, Cal loved Cal.
Everyone loved Cal, and he knew it.
I played a little Feywild Nepo baby that was a take on K-pop, so she was a Fey-pop idol in the material plane.
Oh my gosh, Glamour Bard is perfect for that.
Yep. Yes, it is.
I was just reading through the classes right before we started recording because I tried to plan out this new Bard character, and no, that's perfect. That's amazing.
It was amazing. She could have like glitter and butterflies around her when she wanted, and just it was great. Enticed people with her performances. Chef's kiss, Glamour Bards, underrated. Totally play him. But that's basically where the episode ended, except for like they said the episode ended when they were all like, yeah, let's do this. And then everyone's like, oh, but we have 10 minutes. We should play more. And that's when Ashley Johnson had her other moment of the game where she was like, but I want to can I get some of the implements?
Torture weapons, you know, for the Holy Cleric.
And Matt was like, well, you know, after you died and your time away with the pirates and like in the underground, that maybe Pike is leaning more into those things. And it was like, ooh, he's like throwing it on that like, I guess you could go this route, but also you're going this route by getting the weapons.
Yeah, it's like when you have your kids and they like, you know, they're going to do something stupid, but you're like, all right, if you want to do it and learn a lesson.
Yeah.
Oh, that is perfect. And lessons are learned.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll finish. I know that her kind of redemption arc, or not that she needs redemption for what she's doing here, but I love how they incorporated that into the show, into the Legend of Vox Machina.
Yes.
It's not quite the same, but it is a little bit. So I think it's cool how they do that. So if you've seen the cartoon and are kind of using us to catch you up on the first campaign, this is kind of where all that's coming from. So
yeah, we cover the before times.
I thought the audio in this episode was going to be shit when it first started.
Yes.
Like, of this, it came in real hot. I'm like,
it was real hot. The music was so loud.
Yeah.
But it corrected itself.
I think this was the first episode that I felt okay to use my headphones on. And it worked out. The gamble worked out.
Yeah,
my ears are still
bad.
intact. Yeah. So we had a lot happen this episode.
Yeah. I think this episode is kind of summarized with a lot of cool combat. I feel like this was just a lot of diverse ways to kill other people.
I think that and the fact that like the first major arc of like our beat of this story arc is completed of finding Lady Kima, and they were like, can't we just go? Can we just leave? And she's like, no, I need my implements. Let me take you to the vault.
And then everyone was interested.
And then pushing everybody forward. You know, they could have left. I don't think they would have, because they want to know what's going with Kavarn and what they've said what they're going to do with Clarota. But you know, that first big beat of the story. And now they've got a paladin on their side. So now they've got another heavy hitter. And I love the way that Matt described like Lady Kima using the longsword that was bigger than her, and how like deftly she wielded it. Welded. It's not welding.
No, it's wielded.
Guys, I'm really good at the D&D. Really good at the words. Guys, I'm a DM. I'm really good with the words. Just sometimes they elude me. But it was cool, like seeing how he described how this like, and I think that's the thing that's so fun about Lady Kima and what we're going to learn about her, is that I don't think you would necessarily put I've actually played a halfling paladin before. I know they can hit hard and have a lot of fun. I don't know. Do we know what class Lady Kima ever was? Like what oath she took? Like I played an Oath of Devotion halfling paladin. I'm just curious if we ever really thought about it when it was released.
I'm sure we could find it.
But you know, I love like what like you take like this small person and like she's gruff, she's rough around the edges, and she uses these big weapons and wields them, and she leans into like being this powerful person. And she's powerful because she's strong. She's not powerful because she's the empowered woman. And I enjoy that take on her as a woman myself, but also as a person that has also played a halfling paladin, that it's so fun to wacky things.
Well, that's what I've realized. I enjoy the characters that you would expect. So like I picked a turtle wizard because I wanted one of the biggest characters to be really weak. Like he's huge, but he's got 0 strength. Like he's super weak. And then this bard that I'm making, I want her to be mute. So she's going to be a bard, but not able to speak. So just having those opposites, I think that's awesome.
A quick thought: if you play a Ghostwise halfling, it's Unearthed Arcana, but they speak telepathically.
Okay.
So just a thought. Just thought. Throwing it out there. I managed that, and my one player from my last Curse of Strahd campaign played a Ghostwise halfling paladin, and they actually used ASL for a while, and so they taught the party, and they were able to use it in combat and stuff, and it was pretty cool until we figured out a mechanic where they could finally talk to multiple people at once with their mind.
That's cool. Okay.
But it was one of my favorite things too, whenever they would speak to someone new for the first time, talking about how people would freak out because somebody was talking to them in their head. And every time, it was one of my favorite things to do. But I love that. I love playing the class flipped on its head and not what you would expect.
Yeah.
I wish I could say that with my tiefling sorcerer and my tiefling swashbuckler. No,
I have an answer for you.
Lady
Kima
was
a paladin. Paladin initially Oath of Devotion.
Oh, okay.
Eventually Oath of Vengeance.
Yeah, that fits.
Which kind of makes sense.
Because I was about to say the way that like she's run right now is so reminiscent of my Oath of Devotion Paladin Euphemia that I played. And I was like, this seems similar. Like I was a little bit higher. I was like level 14 playing her, but it just seemed like fun. Good times. Oh, we need to do a whole episode, I think, of our favorite characters that we've ever played. And I think that would just be fun in general.
I mean, if you listen to this, let us know. Do you want to
hear about let us know.
Characters?
We could talk about our first builds, my most inoptimal build I ever made. I rolled my stats, and the order that I rolled them in is how I put them in.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
And so I ended up playing a cleric whose highest stat was charisma.
Yeah.
That's for you.
Yeah, that didn't
not
work,
well. Not
Yeah.
well. Nesvis was not a great build, but I have a very soft spot in my heart for my Dragonborn cleric. But yeah, let us know if we want us to talk about our favorite builds, what we're playing right now, because ask me about my special interests, and you know I'm a talk. These two, no. I'll talk all day. I'll talk as much as you want. I won't leave.
No, Eric,
I'll just stay.
Where can they find us?
This just turned into a completely different type of podcast.
I'm not done.
Let's just nip this in the bud now while we can.
Where in the interwebs, Eric?
Anything at Tabletop Tether is where you can find it.
If there was anything today that we thought wouldn't fit into the podcast, and we wanted to save it from the editing floor because yours truly liked it too much, don't worry. It's going to end up on the socials with some of our favorite moments and outtakes and all the bloopers, equally embarrassing all of us. Come find us there. I promise we have a good time. And I'll only talk about my special interests. I'll only talk about my special interests only if you want. And hopefully, by next week, Eric.
No, we're not talking about this.
Eric.
We're not talking about this.
La, la.
Come on, Eric.
Nope.
Oh wait, I should have had the lyrics up for it. Nothing beats the Stranger Things version of that song, though, where the kids are singing.
And if it wasn't copyrighted, it'd be playing behind us right now. But instead, I'll find something that's slightly reminiscent and play that over this instead.
Well, we get 15 seconds. Is that how that works?
But Eric, come on. Tell us all about it.
What are we talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, I'm just going to find where it's streaming. All right, give me a break.
All right.
I'll watch it as soon as Ben watches Hamilton.
Wait, what?
I'll watch it as soon as you watch Hamilton.
Not as soon as. You should have watched Neverending Story a long time ago.
And you should have watched Hamilton a long time ago. Not as long ago.
Around as long.
Would you ask me
Right.
to confess after all?
You're going to have to overdub that with something else too, apparently. Turn around. All right.
All right. We're out.
Good night, everybody.
Good
No
night,
one's listening
everybody.
anyway at this point.
We'll see
Yeah,
you for
we've
episode
lost
7. Good
All right.
night.
Bye.
Bye.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Vox Rewatch is an unofficial fan podcast and is not approved or endorsed in any way by Critical Role. Critical Role and all related content are owned by Critical Role Productions. This podcast is for non-commercial, transformative use created under Critical Role's fan content policy. For more info, visit critroll.com.